back to WLO Orchids. So I'm gonna be doing a repotting on these 3 Maxillaria tenufolias. This one here I received, well, I repotted it on January 23rd, 2021. This was, I believe, from a division Yoshi was doing from George. I think George is his friend. And then these I ordered extras when he was doing a division of a Maxillaria that he received from American Orchid Society. I think he won this in a raffle. So yeah, so this is how they look. They got pretty big, and I'll start repotting. I'll show you when I'm done taking them out of the substrate. I will be back. So here are the first 2 that I'm gonna do. The one he got from the American Orchid Society in the raffle. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pot him up in these, I think these are 5-inch or 6-inch self-watering pot. I just have them in Clorox and some soap and water, the containers. So yeah, these are the 2 I'm gonna be potting together. Should I do that? I will. So they are out of their pot. I struggled a bit with them, but the roots look pretty healthy. They're nice, very nice. They're really packed in there, so it was time for them to get out of there. So let's see if I take off some of the old substrate, which is already almost 23, almost 3 years. It's about time, right? Let's get on to it. So here I am trying to loosen the root ball, but this is really tight. I'm gonna be taking a while here. I did disinfect the sink with Clorox. I'm trying to use a bamboo skewer to see if it helps me take out the substrate out of here. This is gonna be a little tough job, and I'm just starting with these 2. Oh boy, here we go. So I'm still at it here. I'm gonna have to cut part of the root ball on the bottom so I could take out some of the substrate. She's very vigorous and the roots are really, really good. But yeah, in order for me to take the old substrate, which is not really so bad yet, but it's getting there, I'm gonna have to cut at least 1/4 inch on the bottom, and then hopefully it should get loose. And I did sterilize this with fire. Fire kills any viruses and bacteria. Alcohol helps, but this is even better. You kill everything in there with fire. Okay, so I'm still at it. Be patient. So this is one of the root balls. The other one I just chopped a little bit because this one is looser. So this is the one I cut a little more. It's really tight in there. These roots are really compacted in there. Yes, yes, yes. That is nice garbage for you. So, root garbage. So I'm back again. The first one, I got a little bit divided. Not divided, but I got it out of the ball root. This one, I had to do a little bit something more drastic. Like I had to dig this in and just pull away. It went crack, crack, crack. So don't cringe at me. Sorry, I just had to do that. So I had to go and then go down, but I can hold it on the other side because my hand is holding the phone. So yeah, this is kind of drastic. This is really tough. Maxillaria tenuifolia, if you have a species, guys, congratulations if you divide it, because this is really tight roots. Similar to Oncidiums, or who knows, even worse. Yeah, but I know she'll do fine. She's very vigorous and has great roots. So my back hurts already. This is tiring. I'll show you what these 2 that are going to be potted together look like. Okay, so this is the final substrate, the old substrate that I took out, and the roots that I had to chop off and stuff, or came out on its own. So this is all I could do for this one. This one was really, really tight. And I'll be repotting her. So that's all the mess from the first two. Oh yeah. Hi guys, so here I am again in my sink in my kitchen, disinfected and everything. I'm just going to use the same little bowl to put the old bark in, and I'll see how this one goes. This is the orchid Yoshi divided from his friend George, I believe. It was January. I repotted it January 23rd, 2021, so it's time again. And hopefully I don't have to be drastic with the roots to take the bark out. Let's see how it goes with this one. Yep. This third piece was potted with some hydrotone, bark, and also rocks. I saw some rocks. Let me show you. It has some lava rocks. Or is it just rock? It's just a rock. So I'm gonna save those, and then this has some styrofoam. I guess I put that, packing peanuts. I don't like using those anymore, but they are a good resource if you don't have anything else to put your orchids in for drainage. So yeah, this has a lot of tiny pieces of rocks. And I believe it has some sand. This was a mixture I bought from Orchids Mercedes in Puerto Rico. That it had sand and rocks and bark and tiny like little perlites. I'm not sure if you can see that. So let's go with this beast. Okay, so I just wanted to show you something, right? This one was also potted with some coconut husk, which is very, very broken down. But what I've noticed is that her roots don't look so plump as the other ones. And some of them are like gone, if you could say. I'm not sure if it was because of the coconut husk. There's more here. And I think I like the bark better. I could probably add the same little hydrotone and rocks that it has here, but I think the other roots were much healthier. This one, it's a bit easier to take apart, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think she likes sand and coconut husk and stuff like that. Yeah, but here we go again. Yep. Okay, so I think I'm done with the final piece. This is all the junk that I took out, the old substrate. And this piece came off of that one. And this is the little pieces of rocks and hydrotone that I'm going to reuse on the same Maxillaria tenuifolia. And of course, I'm going to torch my scissors once again, because I'm going to cut some of these leaves that are burnt by the light. And let's see. Okay, here we go. It's all done finally. These are the two pieces I'm going to put in the same pot. Which, should I do that again? I will. And then this is the bigger piece. And this one is the Maxillaria tenuifolia from Yoshi's friend George. And this is the Maxillaria tenuifolia Yoshi divided from the American Orchid Society. So let's start repotting. Using today with the Maxillaria tenuifolia some medium bark. I bought this from way Hallenbeck when we went there. I believe it was last month. And it's kiwi bark, medium kiwi bark with perlite. I added some charcoal, and it may have some hydrotone balls as well. So let's start repotting. Oh, and I want to thank my husband for these containers. They're marvelous, amazing, and great. So what I did, I put the size of the medium. This one is medium. The other The other container says small, like that I can know where to store them and pot them in my closet. And it's easier to take out instead of struggling to know where I put them. Okay, so it's potting time now. These are the cotton wick I'm going to be using with these. I added another cotton wick from rope I got because Maxillarias love a lot of water. They're really thirsty. So hopefully you guys can see. I'm going to pull the string like up to here. And I think that's good. I'll put this to the side. So let's begin with the one Yoshi divided from George, this big beast. And this little piece I'll repot in a tiny pot separate, and I'll give it as a gift to someone. Anything that came off, I'm going to give it as a gift to some friends I have at church. Hopefully they'll be happy with it. And let's start putting the bark in. Hopefully you guys can see that. So yeah, I decided to go with medium, even though Maxillarias love to be moist, just for the drainage, and when I have to repot it again, hopefully it's not so bad. So this one is very healthy. This one looks like if it's... should I take this one off to give another piece to another friend? So I'll take this piece off also. Oh, this one's coming off too. Oh boy. Okay, let's leave it like that. No more taking off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap this one around this bulb, this old bulb here. I'm gonna put her in the center. See, she's in the center. And I'm going to wrap this one around this because I don't want to lose the wick. So Maxillaria tenufolias, like I said, they love a lot of moisture. They also have a climbing habit. And later on, I'll put some... Oh, you know what? I shouldn't do that. I forgot. So I was going to put some slow release pellets, fertilizer. But that's not a good idea because I've read and heard other orchid growers that if you want the Maxillaria to flower, you shouldn't fertilize them. I guess they grow fine just with the water, rainwater, but you know, in nature they do get that little fertilizer from whatever falls on the tree as well. So for the winter, I will not do anything. I always forget not to fertilize it because when I start, you know, preparing to fertilize all my orchids, guess what? These get fertilized also. So I've had them for a bit, so I'm not sure if that's the reason why they don't flower. Of course, they flower only once a year because it's a species. And I'll try really hard not to forget, not to fertilize them, to see if this year they will bloom. Because they have a wonderful, magnificent fragrance. I would like to know how these smell to me because everybody has a different smell. Some say they smell like pina colada, others say it smells like peachy with pineapple. So I have a few different type of Maxillarias I've shown on our video, and I will tell my husband because he's my editor. He's the one that edits everything. I edit one video once, I believe, but I haven't been in the practice yet. I should do that again. But he loves doing it. So I'll let him know to link the video when I purchased this. Well, I think it was, the video was on that one, on the other one, not on the George one. Not sure. We'll link that video in there, and then we'll also link the videos when Yoshi was separating both Maxillaria tenuifolias in the description below. So she is looking good because I don't have enough space in my apartment. What I'll do is maybe I'll tie her around like slightly so that she don't fall over, even though that must be a spectacular view, allowing her to just drape down. But in my case, I'm not gonna do that because I do need space here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this bamboo skewer, and I'm just gonna make sure everything falls inside. I'm gonna be turning her around. And yeah, you know, check out Yoshi's website. He has a great selection of orchids. He repots them with love and carefully for us, if they didn't come straight from the vendor, you know. But if he does his own potting, he does an amazing job. He's a hard worker together with his beautiful wife Elena. She makes also trinkets by hand. We are not sponsored by them. I'm just mentioning this because I do purchase a few items from Yoshi and Elena, and I love shopping with them. And this is the first one. I think she should be fine like this. And I'm also using the new arm that my husband purchased. He mentioned it in a video. We're also not sponsored by them, but we like to let you guys know, you know, what we're using, or try to let you know what we're using for these videos. So this is pretty cool. I wanted to do something that I could actually see what I'm doing and show you, make sure I'm in frame showing you guys what I'm doing, because we had a regular tripod, but this one is a bit better because I can, you know, move the orchid up or down and show you a little bit more details, and I could see at the same time. So what do you guys think? I think she's good like this. She's gonna be in her new home. This side needs a little more. And the substrate should last 3 to 4 years, or maybe even more, who knows. Like I said, this is kiwi bark that I purchased from Wade's Orchid, Wade Hollenbeck. If you need any kiwi bark, he also sells them. If you request it, he probably will let you know the price for it. And this one I need to tie up a bit, and let's put her in her final container. See, it will wick. This is a self-watering pot that I purchased at Amazon. It has a reservoir, so you could see when it's dried out, and you just fill it up. I like to wet my Maxillaria from the top because besides other orchids, she climbs, right? So she doesn't really fill the pot too much too quickly. And she's also a thirsty orchid, so this will be a better option for me, because I think I let her dry out too much. I had to soak her, I think it was about 2 days ago. I soaked her like for a day and a half, and she got kind of plumped again. And this is the first one. Let me not forget the tag. And I will put today's date. And I'll be right back with the other two. Yep. I'll take pictures at the end. Okay, so I didn't change the the pad here for the next one. So this one is the Maxillaria tenuifolia, purchased on December 2021. And Yoshi won it from the American Orchid Society. So we have the wicks again. I cut these one really short. So I'll put them in the pot. Okay, I think that will be good. I'm gonna put this one to the side. I think this is good enough. And I'm going to see and try to pot them together. I think I'm gonna have to pot them separate. This is so big. Yeah, I'd rather just do it separate. I'll put the bigger one in here. And like I did with the other one, I'm gonna hold the wick, and I'm going to start putting in some bark on the bottom. So my first time I've ever purchased a Maxillaria was from Yoshi, as you guys can see. So that was very exciting for me. So if you guys have any tips of how to flower the Maxillaria, I know one is not to fertilize them. I did place them in a brighter light this year, just in case it was that. That's why some of the leaves are like burnt. I haven't pruned them yet for the other one that I did first. So yeah, just let me know what are your tips on blooming these. Nicole Deanna has a video I've watched a few times. I need to go back and watch it. Miss Orchid Girl has one too. Nina from Ninja Orchid has a different type of Maxillaria. I think it's the Variabilis that she calls it. And I'll be watching those as well. But like I said, if you guys have any tips on how to successfully have these bloom, let me know in the comments below. Yeah, so these roots are really, see, this root came off, but this is a, this is a good root, but it came off. These were like full of healthy roots. And hopefully she'll be here for 3 or 4 years until I repot her, unless her substrate gets a little bit off, then I'll have to repot. Sorry for that. I'll have to repot her a little sooner. Yeah, so I had to be rough with the roots because they were really tight in there. So like, we're a family, we're not getting chopped off. Oh no. So my goal for 2024 will be flowering this baby. So I'll do the same thing with the bamboo skewer, make sure the substrate goes in, and I'll tie her up. And once I do all that and repot the little ones off camera, I will show them to you. And give me a few. This one came out pretty good. Okay, so here I am again with the other piece of Maxillaria tenuifolia that I decided not to pot together because it would be too big. And this one was from the one Yoshi won at the American Orchid Society. I potted it up December 2021, and today is December 20th, 2023. So a few years. So I'm gonna introduce the wick as the others. I'm gonna put 2 because this orchid is thirsty, as I said. So I'll put it right there. Hopefully you guys can see well. I'm gonna put this in between the rhizomes of the Maxillaria. I think she's good down there. I pot her a little deep because her roots grow through these rhizomes. These sheaths, you do not take off her Maxillaria tenuifolia, because this is the way they run down to the substrate or to the medium. And like I said, they're very thirsty, and these are pretty easily divided as well, because they have the roots running down the sheath. That's what they're called, sheath. And they should be always moist. Don't let them dry out too much. I've heard some people kind of like dry them out a bit until they get a bit shriveled, also to supposedly help them flower. But I did that, but I did fertilize, unfortunately. So I don't know if that would have worked if I would have not fertilized it, but I did let them dry out a bit, not on purpose, but they were really shriveled. And like I said, earlier I soaked them for like a day and a half, and they plumped back up. And she is a thirsty girl. The good thing is that the Maxillaria tenuifolias fit in a small pot because they don't grow out too much. They grow more upwards. See, this has a root coming out, so this will be like, hopefully it doesn't dry, it will be like a little air root. And I think she's looking pretty good. What do you guys think? This one's looking good. And yeah, if you have a Maxillaria, share them, share the love. If you have a big gigantic one, you know, share with your friends and loved ones. And hopefully you bring a smile to somebody's face. Especially sometimes in this season, many lost loved ones, close friends, and they're not too happy in this season. But I really, really wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas. You know, share the love. It's not about the gifts. It's about sharing the love of Christ. And just sharing love, you know, if whatever your belief is just show love and compassion to others. And she will be placed in here, and then I will do the other pieces separate. I'll probably do a separate video on those. And again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys like this repotting. I haven't done one in a while. Maybe I'll do a little more because I have a lot of repotting to do. So I love you guys all. Remember, we love orchids. I hope you guys love orchids too. Love you. Mwah. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Maxillaria tenuifolia. Bye-bye, YouTubers. We love you. Share the love. Bye. I am such a silly goose.